Olga Nakonechna, Ukrainian, but also settled in America a number of years ago. Where are you now?
Hi Danilo, I'm at the checkpoint in Shegeni. That's Ukrainian side of the border, and actually I'm at Kurchova. That's the Polish side of the Ukrainian-Polish border. It's not the checkpoint itself. It's about 10 kilometers away, where buses bring refugees from Ukraine. So they set up a parking lot with all the necessities, with the cars. Buses come here, and then from here, volunteers help people get to different spots of Poland and Europe. They help them with food, with necessities. They give them place to sleep. So
volunteers, just volunteers doing that?
Mostly local volunteers, a lot of Polish volunteers. Also, we see the Red Cross, we see Caritas, probably volunteers from other countries as well, but not as many. There are many Ukrainian volunteers, Ukrainians who are settled in Poland, who live in Poland, who work in Poland. So they came from all over Poland to help here at the border. And this is just one of the 12 cross points. So this is what we see here. This is the biggest cross point though. A lot of buses.
How long have you been there? When did you leave Chicago to go?
I actually, I'm sorry, someone is calling me. I actually left Chicago for Ukraine, but I only spent 2 days in Ukraine before the war started, before all this started happening. So I flew to Ukraine on the 22nd of February, and on the morning of the 24th, I left with my mom and my son, who was visiting in Ukraine with my parents. So I was lucky to be there and to take them out right away, even though we spent about a day at the border, about 22 hours before we crossed to Poland. And since then, since the 25th of February.
And that's just because of I'm sorry, that's just because of the line? You were standing there?
Yes. Yes, the line was huge. The car line was huge. People just didn't know what was going to happen, and a lot decided.
Any problems at the, I mean, apart from the long lines, obviously, any problems with customs getting over? I mean, you have an American passport, right?
Yeah, no problems at all. I mean, we were all documented. We all had passports. And I helped a woman with 3 children to cross. I actually drove their car because she had a car, but she couldn't drive. So her husband left her with the car and 3 children at the border. And I drove them, and my mom and my son. So we were 8 people in the car, and we had no issues with customs. They waived the requirement for insurance, which was mandatory car insurance to enter Poland before. And they waived requirement even for passports. So children can cross with birth certificates only, and even people with internal passports, with no international, no foreign travel passports can cross. And as far as we know now, even any ID would work. Can be driver's license, can be student ID, can be retired person ID, anything.
Have you seen the Polish authorities or the Ukrainian border authorities turn anyone away? I've heard some reports about African students not being able to cross. Have you seen anything like that? Can you talk about that at all?
I've seen a lot of foreigners leaving, a lot of what I assume are African students, but I didn't observe any issues with them crossing. On the opposite, the rumors are that international students and foreigners are led before Ukrainians when it comes to evacuation. So that's what people were telling here around, but I don't know if it's true. I didn't observe anything like that. The only people that were turned away on the first day were men between 18 and 60 because up to 9 p.m. On the 24th of February, they would let out everyone. And then at 9 p.m., the order came in for men to be staying in Ukraine. So
Right.
a lot of
To go back and fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit, Yulia's gonna join us here in a second. Hi, Yulia. Also settled in Chicago years ago, Ukrainian. Yulia Skuibida is also in Poland. Yulia, I want to ask Olga to tell me kind of what she's doing there day to day, and then I want you to tell us where you are and what you're up to over there. Okay. So go ahead, Olga. Tell us what you're doing over there.
Yes.
Also,
go ahead, Olga.
Also, first, I a lot of Poland, and I mean,
So
they hard go.
Olga,
and,
I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. We're cutting out here.
A very bad connection. Let me try. Can you hear me then?
Yeah, go ahead, Yulia. Tell me where you're at. Olga, I'm sorry. We'll
That's
circle back. Go ahead, Yulia. Tell me where you are. It looks like you're in the airport.
Yes, I am at the airport because partially what we are doing, Ola is staying on the border and she's helping refugees over there. And what we are doing here is basically we're arranging the people in Chicago to bring us the very important medical and technical supplies that we need. So we are every day.
So what kind of stuff are you trying to get over there? Sorry, what kind of stuff are you trying to get?
I mean, it's either medical supplies or it's military equipment. Something that people cannot only can bring with their bags. And like yesterday, there was a shipment of, I don't know, 20 bags. And today again, we're waiting for some friends. Basically any help, because directly from here, we will put it in the van, then it's going to our warehouse. I will not tell location, and from there, we are arranging that it will go directly, hopefully to the border and to the people that are waiting in Ukraine. We are getting so many requests because the more people know what we are doing, like every day we're getting requests, please help us here, help us there. It's a medical emergency, I would say, over there, as well as, of course, everybody's looking for certain military equipment.
So helmets and bulletproof vests, is that the kind of stuff you're talking about?
Yes, those are number one request that we are getting, but also like simple stuff, like give us military boots and the knee and the elbow pads, the hats, like even the simple stuff like the radio. So it doesn't have to be that complicated, but any help we can get, we are shipping directly, or not shipping, but delivering directly to the border, and the people are picking it up from there.
And how are you getting the things? Are people sending you things from the States?
So we are doing the both way. When we just got here, we realized that like, okay, maybe it's not that efficient for people to fly here. So we started to look for certain items here in Poland, like everywhere. We would drive, I don't know, 400 kilometers from here just to go to some warehouse where we could purchase some items, but it's not that easy because it feels like Poland, like whatever we could buy, probably we already did. It's impossible to find the bulletproof vests here. I mean, we're trying, but it's not that easy. And the medical supplies, again, you cannot buy things like insulin, for example, without the permission, because you need to have a doctor's order in order to buy those items. But
how are you getting the money to buy things? Are people sending you money? Where are you getting the money for this?
So yeah, that's the fun part, right? When I came here with Ola, we did not think too much about that one, but then we realized, okay, instead of sending items here, we probably could buy certain items here. So I went on my Facebook page and I said, okay, we really need cash. Because if you want to go to some warehouse and buy certain items like military, they're not going to take a credit card here.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to,
people are bringing us cash here as well. So it's like you can bring
handing you
$1,000.
cash. What about from the States? How can someone wire money? How do they give you money to do this?
So actually, I'm flying back tonight. Then I want to organize kind of like a supply chain to see, because some items we can only buy in United States. So I'll make sure that we are buying them in a bulk, and that I can pay for it directly, because by now we managed to raise over $40,000. I'm so grateful to everyone. Guys, I promise I will get back to everyone with the update. It's just because we don't have time here. It's like we are driving a lot and we are doing many things. I just did not have time to kind of thank everyone in person, and I did not post a lot of pictures for the same reason, because we do not want people to kind of recognize us here for certain items. So we don't want to post on the Facebook. That's why. But if you reach out to us directly, I promise you we'll send you updates.
Yeah, I can see that you're busy. That's absolutely clear, and everybody's grateful for what you're doing. Olga, hopefully we can hear you better now.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, I think we can work with this. So tell me, what are you doing over there near that border checkpoint, or near that area where you are?
Okay, so I spent here the first I don't know how many, 3 or 4 days. And when we arrived, I noticed a lot of volunteers, local volunteers helping, and obviously they need help, because no person can just be outside 24 hours a day, and they have families, they have jobs they have to return to. And I saw Polish people being here for 12 hours straight, 15 hours straight. So we just jumped in and helped them to get a break, and just go back to their homes. So it would cover for them, and different kind of stuff. Starting with food preparing, food serving, and ending with informational support. That is what's needed the most, because when people arrive here, they don't know where to go. Many of them don't know where to go, and they don't speak Polish. They are confused. They are cold. They are hungry, and even hearing Ukrainian language helps them a lot. It comforts them, and just gives them some comfort they need, and support. So that's the basic things we were doing here. But now, since I've been here for about 10 days, a lot of people know I'm here. So they just text, they call me on different applications, and I've collected a lot of information of where to go, where to find accommodation, how to get to that place, or how to get transported to that place. So basically a lot of my work is on my phone now, and just helping with logistics, helping with information. I also helped Yulia in what she's doing, because I'm driving a lot as well. For us, 400 kilometers for the past 10 days is nothing. We're just driving from Warsaw to border, then we are going to Krakow, then we are going in different direction. We keep in touch, all of us, and we just support each other and help with whatever is needed. And yeah, we have a team here, and
we're a good team. It's
yes.
Actually
yeah, I want to know about the structure. I mean, I don't want you to give away any secrets here, but it's not just you two. It's not just the two of you off on your own, right? There's some structure there. Is that right?
Yulia, go ahead.
It's basically, it's 4 of us, if I can say so. They're close friends. I know Olga for many years, and then our husband, actually our good friend, he's not even Ukrainian. He's from Uzbekistan. He's Russian, but he's married to our amazing girlfriend. So he just decided to volunteer, and also our another friend Sergey. So it's either Sergey, Olga, and I. It's 4 of us, and we are trying to do our best. Now we have the 5th person, which I'm not supposed to say who he is, but he is crossed the border and he went to Ukraine, and he's staying there to protect us in Kiev. So he will be our contact personally there. So for now, I think it will make our life easier because he can make sure that things will be delivered and will go straight there.
So here's the mission as far as I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're helping people cross the border from Ukraine to Poland, get settled. You're gathering things, medical equipment, helmets, bulletproof vests, and getting them back over the other way.
Also provide a lot of information from like how do I bring my cat to where I find my grandma. It's a lot of phone calls. Olga knows it.
Yeah.
Like she's getting a lot of phone calls. I'm getting a lot of phone calls. We are sending them to the groups. So if you have certain questions, we have groups in Facebook or Telegram where people can basically put like specifically dedicated how to leave Ukraine or how to get to Ukraine or how to stay in Poland or Germany. We can just direct them there, but like unfortunately we are just two of
Well, I
us
can
and the guys
imagine a lot of
mostly
family.
driving.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of family members and friends are getting, disconnected or losing one another. So it's good to be able to have somebody who can try to get people back in touch. If somebody wants to help you, how can they reach out to you? How can they connect?
They can, as I said, they can basically, I am flying to Chicago like in 10 minutes. I have to go to the security if I want to make it to my
Well, we
flight.
don't have to tell them everything. So, but you'll be here
Yes.
soon.
Yes, I'll be here soon. They can, it's on Facebook. Basically, we like Zelle and we do not have like official organization. So it's fine. Like people, if you want to donate to some big organizations, we are very happy with that. Just don't sit, do something, try to help our military guys and just people in Ukraine as much as possible, whichever way you decide to do it. We're just a small little group of friends that are here and doing our best, but I think we are becoming a little bit bigger and powerful because we're getting connections. Now we have here connection. My girlfriend ended up here. So we got connection to the embassy here a little bit. And so just, I think it's way easier to organize things when you have somebody here, somebody there. Yes.
Well, we're going to put in the post here, we're going to put your names, if that's all right, on Facebook. We're going to put your Zelle link. We'll put some other links here as far as places you can donate to help Ukrainian soldiers and help the cause. Olga, we started with you. I want to end with you. Give me your final words on the situation here.
Oh, the situation is that, as I started telling, my heart goes on to Polish people. I'm very thankful for everything they are doing. They are just sleepless, restless. They give everything. They open their homes. They bring their cars here. They cook food. They bring clothes. They do anything to help, and that's just encouraging, and it's warm feeling. But also the people that are coming, the refugees from Ukraine, the minute I think that these are my people, I start crying, because when you think about it, when you work, when you're busy, you don't necessarily think to the core of what's going on. You just keep yourself busy. But when I look into eyes of those people, those Ukrainian women, these are my sisters with their children, and it's horrible. Everyone knows how it is, and we have faith. We do a lot of work. We keep busy, and we have big faith in our soldiers, in our guys over there, and we pray for them every minute and just do whatever we can, just not to stand aside. That's our mission and our goal.
Thank you both for what you're doing. I want to keep following up on what you're doing, and I hope we can talk again soon. Yulia, when you're in Chicago, I know you're going to be busy, but if you have any time to spare, I'd love to talk to you there too, and let people know more about what you're doing and how they can help. Thank you both.
Thank you so much. See you in Chicago, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye, Yulia.